Hello everybody. I come back to this channel every time that I feel something and I can't quite understand. So I prefer just to talk. This time I have nothing specific to talk about, so I'm going to navigate through my day, okay? Today has been a really weird day. I slept alone in my house because my mom was at a party and she told me she was not going to come back home and I should pick her up at 8 a.m. So I woke up at 8, literally, and then I took the car and went to see her. I was feeling really tired for no reason because I slept like at 10 p.m. last night and it doesn't make sense to be tired. But I was exercising and I've been exercising really hard this week. I really try to lose weight, which is one of the things that has been really heavy on my mind every single day for my past probably 20 years. Since I have gained consciousness, I've been extra conscious about my body and I haven't been able to fully figure out where do I stand between the food that I eat and the exercise that I do. I have a binge eating disorder and I also have dysmorphia, and it's really hard to contain yourself, you know? I don't mean it like, oh my god, I eat chocolate every day. Probably I eat it in a small amount because if I don't eat something that I like, I have anxiety and I hate it. I have changed a lot of foods that I used to eat and that were unhealthy to healthy. So I'm seeing if it works, you know. I have control with my nutritionist almost in a couple of weeks. Yes. So I'm going to see how everything is changing right now, but that's something that's been very heavy on my mind. Another thing is that in my job, it makes me really tired, really tired to be an architect assistant. I'm basically the architect that is managing the projects on the back end, you could say. Do you say back end? Front end? I don't know. But I am not in the field. That does my friend, who is my boss at the same time. And my bosses, the people that own the company, are people that spend their money on whatever they want. Literally. And I hate that because none of them do anything but reply to emails and calls, literally. So they have been doing this, and I am nobody to say what they do with their money, but they haven't literally paid me for 2 months and I'm already working there for 2 months. So are they ever going to pay me? And the payment that they do to me is minimal. It's half the minimum wage because I work half time, but it's not even what they should be paying. I don't know how to explain it to you, but I hate that. I hate that I get paid so little for so much hours that I'm working for them. I know it's 4 hours a day, but I hate my job. Like, I hate the fact that I'm doing something that is very important, that is very necessary for their projects, and I'm getting nothing paid, and I'm not even going to be there forever, I know, but I don't feel good about that. Like, I feel like I'm wasting my energy in something that is never going to give me something in return, other than just experience in a field of architecture that I'm probably never going to work again because I don't like that. Like, I like design, but right now I am in a construction company, so I'm basically doing plans of electric plants, the sanitary installations. I don't know how you say it. MEP, I think you say it. So I'm really sad about that. And I get really tired because I work from 9 to 1 every day. And before 9, I go from 7 to 9 to the gym. So I have the afternoon free, which is spent on me going to eat with my aunt and then going to see my sister in her school and coming back home. When I arrive home like around 4 p.m., I am so tired. Like, I am so tired. So I try to not do anything for a couple of hours because I need to rest. And sometimes I take a nap and sometimes I do other things. Then I take a huge coffee and study German. And studying German is something that has been helping me with my goals in the long run. I know that I'm going to study in Germany and it's something that feels quite unsure to a certain extent, and I don't like that because I don't want things to be unsure in my future. I want to succeed as a designer. I know that I'm not working on that, but I'm going to do the master's on it and I'm gaining experience on architecture, which is something that makes me feel less bad about my job also. Despite the amount of money that I gain every month, which is nothing, believe me, nothing, I am gaining experience, I guess. And I don't know if it's capitalism that makes me think that way, that, oh my God, experience, oh my God, but you're gaining knowledge. Excuses, to not feel bad about something. Because I wish I was an artist right now. I wish I could be learning something else and not being tired the half of my day and then being tired the other half because I was working, So I feel like in German, my German classes, I am self-teaching, like I'm teaching myself the language, which is something that makes me feel really good. I feel like I am capable to do something like that by myself and I am doing it successfully. I have the exam on the 25th of April, which is in 2 weeks. I don't know how to feel about that. It brings me joy, and at the same time, I don't feel ready. I feel like I'm never going to be ready, to be honest. But I will have to do it, and as soon as I get the result, I will have to apply for the visa. And I think after that, I will go to the US before going to Germany, which is my dream because I really want to see the part that I have my aunt there. And she's a part of my family that I love the most and I cherish and I appreciate. So I feel like that would make me a lot calmer when I go to her house. But I've been hearing that going to the US is really hard right now, especially as an immigrant, because I'm not going to immigrate to that place, but I have a tourist visa. And if you are from Latin America, I think they are asking you to show that you have enough funds in your bank account to travel there, which is stupid. I have my family there. They're going to pay me for everything because do you know that the salary that I make is literally nothing? I had to work for 3 months in order to pay the ticket without paying for food or anything else. I am so thankful that I have a house. And I know that this is complaining, and I hate complaining. I hate complaining because I was not made for that, but at the same time, it makes me mad to think that they are dumb enough for you to not visit your family, without having money. And money is everything right now. I know that. I know that we were made to be money-making machines. But it makes me sad. It makes me sad because I wish I could sell my art, and I've been trying to, but nobody wants to buy it. I don't know why. Maybe I make bad art. Maybe I haven't gained enough subscribers in this channel because I am boring, Or maybe, I don't know, I need to do more. I probably need to do more. And that makes me sick also. Like, how much more do I have to do in order to be enough? I'm never going to achieve the enough level that I have it planned in my head. And I know that it sounds like you yourself implant this stereotypes or this level of goodness or enough. The concept of enough in your head is defined by standards. And you see those standards everywhere, every single where. That's why I uninstalled Instagram, to be honest, because I was tired of seeing people achieve their dreams and at the same time thinking about their privilege and also comparing myself to what I should be doing, what I should be, where I should be, and everything. I have friends that have the possibility to go to study in a foreign country as soon as possible and don't work and do their own stuff and be themselves, and that's amazing. I'm not jealous of that. I'm just comparing myself in my inner mental state. There's a space that tells me, Melissa, you're not enough. You are not working out enough. You're not eating healthy enough. You should eat less. You should focus more. You should upload more YouTube videos because you have uploaded more than 250 and you don't have more than 500 followers, which is something that I know it's relative because my content is not easy to digest. As I said, you can get bored pretty easy in my videos, and I understand that. But at the same time, saying that type of things to myself will make me change my authenticity. And I think that every single one of us come to this world with a different journey that they're going to follow or path, and you can always change your mind, but change your mind means sacrificing something beautiful inside yourself. But how am I supposed to talk about beauty and talk about my feelings or my art if right now, I am being guided by capitalism? So only capitalism. Like everything around me revolves around what is going on politically. And yes, we are all politic people. I know that. We live in a society, basically. So it worries me to the extent that I can't. I listened to something that sounded like my dog, but my dog died on Tuesday. That was really sad. Also, yeah, I feel heartbroken because my dog died, but I haven't even been able to grieve her death. Well, I did it for 2 days, and now I don't feel anything because I feel too worried about other things. And that makes me sad because every time that I think about her, I think about a utopic world that I want to live in. It's like I'm going to go to Germany, I'm going to study, then I'm going to work, and I'm going to have a beautiful work that gives me a lot of money. I'm going to build my museum, and with the money that I got from the museum, I'm going to be able to do art full time and fulfill my family's needs, economic needs, and everything needs. I will take her in beautiful trips, and at the same time, I want to work in a project which is the restoration of a vet hospital that there is in my city that does an amazing job. And I want to restore the house because it's a heritage house in the center of my city, and I want to restore it. I want to make it very beautiful for the pets to arrive, finance everything that they need, make it basically a foundation. And I have this, I start thinking about that when I think about my dog. And I loved her because she grew up with me basically since I was 12. She's been with me. Yes. I was 12. We got her, loved her, and we've been together ever since. I haven't like spent as much time as I've wanted to with her because of family issues, but I love them anyways. Like, I know they are in the dog's heaven, like animal heaven, and they are taking care of me. And they better do things right. They better be making things that happen in my favor. And I love them. I'm always thinking about them. I think that pets have like the purest heart that there is, the purest. Sometimes they're evil, like the my neighbor's pets who are always preying on my cat. They want to take her and break her to pieces, but break him. Sorry, my cat is a male cat. It's an orange cat. It's beautiful. So I've been thinking about that also. But you know, when you think about your dreams right now, it feels so far away. Like, it makes me step back and think, Melissa, you should do day by day. Stop thinking too much about it because you're going to go crazy. And that's what I've been trying to do. To be honest, I've been trying to just. There's someone screaming, shouting, and I don't know what they're shouting about, but I've been trying just to go day by day, you know? That is sad, that is useless, because we all work for a bigger goal, and sometimes it feels like you in the system, you're working for a bigger goal, which is the government, that does nothing for you in return. Nothing. Nothing but make deals with companies that want to get everything away from you, steal everything about you, and everything. You know, exploit your country, that want to just reduce the amount of interest that they have with the banks, with the national bank. Surprise! My president now has, he used to have like more than $60 million in debt, and now he has like nine, which is, it was just a matter of 2 years of being in the presidency, and my country is in shambles. Like, I know that this is bad because there's a bunch of journalists like putting some news, I don't, articles about my country out there, and you, well, me as a person that lives in this country, not even I was aware of what was going on. And let me tell you that it's because all the media is sold to the president, to the political bias that there is. And I hate that. I hate that. I hate that we live blinded about what is going on, and you can't even focus to work towards the goal of revoking a presidency or even going against the government because you are too worried about having food in your plate. And yeah, that's it. You need to be individualist, and I feel like that is the best strategy that there is for power, people that are in power, millionaires, billionaires, basically, to rule the world, because we are too busy worrying about our own life, what is going to happen the next day, and they are too busy how to get more and more and more and more. Like, there's no limits to the world that we're living in. I hate I hate prepositions. That is something that I needed to say. I've been learning prepositions in German, and that is a nightmare. A nightmare because in Spanish there is also genders in things, but sometimes they don't match with the gender of the things in German, and it's really hard to navigate through that. But as I was saying, I wish we could work on our personal goals and the real goals that we have. It makes me sad. It makes me think too much about it. I am happy to have my mom by my side. and her being like I don't know, like a force that I have in order to move forward. But at the same time, I wish she didn't have to worry too much about things. And I wish I could give her a better life, which I'm going to do, which I'm going to work as hard as possible to do so. And I think that is my bigger goal in life: be an artist and see my family happy. That's all that I need. And I know that that sounds so different that billionaire people's goals, which is even worse, like they want to conquer the world, or the president that I have, like, own everything. I don't know. It's stupid. It's stupid to think about these things because I don't even have words to describe what I feel currently, even though I've told you everything that I've been doing, and it almost feels like nothing is getting solved because there's no solution for what I feel. There's absolutely no solution. Today, I tried to study. Well, I was telling you about my day, I think. I was, I went to see my mom downtown, and then we went to eat in the market. There are marketplaces in my city. The food is really delicious, is local, and is less expensive. Well, it's actually the same amount of price, the same price as the other, like going to a restaurant, but it's more delicious, I feel. So we went there, we had breakfast, and then we went back home, and I fell asleep until 3 p.m. And now I'm here. I made coffee, I started studying. I tried to study, but it's really hard to study right now for me. I can't concentrate. Like, I procrastinate a lot. I like come here to the kitchen, make a coffee, and then I am thinking about other things and searching for other things, and I can't focus on studying, especially the prepositions. And I need to study about writing emails, writing letters, prepositions. That those are the things that I'm lacking right now. And it also makes me feel like I'm working towards something, but that something is going to turn into nothing if I don't get everything right, everything on place. Something else that I need to do is get the student loan that I'm going to have in order to get there. And I'm worrying about that from right now because, as I said in a point in this video, I am going to go there and I'm not going to have a job. I am not. And I am not able to. Because what am I going to work at if I don't know the language? And I know I'm going to be studying towards that, but at the same time, I feel like it's going to be hard as hell for a couple of years for me to be there. And I don't know if it's worth it. I feel like it's worth it because life is taking me there. There must be a reason to be there. I don't know since when I started giving meaning to absolutely everything that I do. And I feel like that has helped me not to go insane, because being too free or thinking too much about freedom, or there's no point in doing anything and you can do everything that you want, that freedom of choice actually gives no depth to your choices. Like, you, as I said in the goals thing, like, I am contradicting and working towards the same topic all the time because I can't figure out these things. I know that having a goal, a bigger goal for you, gives meaning to your actions, but at the same time, it's like, what for? Why do I want to achieve this? There must be something calling me to do that, And that's just correct. That's the way it is. I am not going to pause this video. There is going to be a plane going by my house. So stick with me. Okay. And I don't know what else to talk to you about. I want to be in a relationship so bad. I feel like I want to fall in love. But at the same time, with everything that I have going on in my life, it feels so like egoistic to get to know someone, you know? It's like I'm not even where I want to be at. And I'm meeting someone and dragging someone through this chaos, which is not romantic for me. I want to be in a mental state at peace with, well, it's impossible to be at peace when we are at war. It's impossible. So I just wanted to express how I feel currently. Sometimes these thoughts doesn't don't let me sleep at night. And I've also been thinking about my friends. It's really hard to have friends when you're in a country of a third world because, believe it or not, people here, especially young people and young adults, try to drown themselves in alcohol in order to not think about their problems. And that's not even a class issue, it's everyone's issue. You have money, you go to discos, you drown yourself in alcohol, period. You don't have money, you still get money from somewhere, drown yourself in alcohol, and maybe for days, you know? So there's a very big alcoholic issue in my country. And I hate that because my friends do like to go out and drink. And I don't. I don't. I hate the fact of leaving your problems and being addicted to a substance because it's like I have too much in my mind, in my life. Why would I bring another problem to it? Why would I? I know it feels good at the moment, but it feels horrible afterwards. I can't. I don't have the mental flexibility to do that, you know? It's like playing games with your mind. No, I can't do that. So it has led me to be a little bit isolated and to actually find a meaning in myself, to be with myself. I've also talked about this with my friend. We went on Thursday on a mountain, climbing mountains, a trekking activity with a group of people. And that was beautiful. I had a lot of fun. I almost fell twice because you climb and you climb mountains. So it could be muddy, it could be like there could be any kind of insect and anything could happen to you. And I love that adrenaline. And I'm doing exercise at the same time, so I love that. So I was talking with him along the way, and he was saying like sometimes I feel like there's something wrong with me. He was saying this because I feel like I care for people, but I don't think I'm able to give everything for someone. And that has bring me issues because in my past relationships, the girls, because he's a man and he's heterosexual, the girls have told me like I don't love them anymore. And it's not that I don't love them, but it's like I feel like I'm physically not able to fully allow people to get in my life or be like emotionally intimate with someone. And I was talking about that and I was like, you are fully able to do that. You just don't have time to do that. You just feel like you have to work towards another things in order to be like that. And we've always talked about these issues with him because we have the same mind problems at times. It's like he is my boss and of course he gains more money than me, but he works his ass off every single day, more than 8 hours at times. And he wants, like, the bosses want him to do everything. So at the same time, I feel like he's also have like an issue with self-image because he feels not enough physically, and he's like, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I have these problems, and I'm like, you need to work on that. Like I've never been not direct with the way that I speak with people. I'm always going to be like, then work on it. If you feel like there's something wrong with you, work on it. And he was going to the gym. He is going to the gym and he's doing something to change himself. But we all come to the same conclusion, which is it's never enough. It's never enough. And at the same time, you give up halfway because you know it's never going to be enough. And that is horrible. I know there are more things to worry about. And with him, we've talked a bunch about how we love ourselves enough to not let any person get into our lives and think about opening ourselves up to people that we barely know will be like reciprocate with what we feel or what we have to give or bring to the table. And I don't know. I was also talking to him about an important topic that I wanted to talk to you about, which is I love women. I feel like women are superior, and I've always said this. I've always been in the same mental space, which is I love women. We can be competitive, yes, we can be whatever you fucking think we are, but there's a force that drag us towards a better place, mental space, and thought process that I can't even explain with words. So I love women. I think they're superior. I think they are everything. And I was confusing this feeling with me thinking, once again, am I bisexual? Am I? Or am I not? Because I feel like I do appreciate women a lot. More than most women do. But at the same time, it's like, that is not an indicate that I would be with a woman. I don't want to have a woman as a girlfriend. And that is a bummer because I wish I could be with a woman. I wish I could marry a woman. Men are horrible. And it's not that I don't love them. I love them. I'm obsessed with them. I think about them. I like them. I fantasize about them. Everything. Everything that heterosexual women do, you know? I do that. And that is the worst part. I wish I didn't like men. And I say that out loud and I say it here. And I feel like something about me has changed since I've been making these videos because now I'm afraid to not be myself with people because I am too myself here. I talk about nonsense at times. I talk about anything, everything. I lie, I tell the truth. I'm so human, but at the same time, it's like, what was I being before? Like, why was I afraid to do this in the first place? Because I remember when it was like probably 2016, 2015, probably, I was watching Dan and Phil and I was obsessed with them. I was like, are they gay? Do they like each other? Because they give very much couple aura and I love them. I'm still obsessed with them. And I would also think to myself, what does it take to have the confidence of talking in front of a camera to the world? What if my friends see this? What if someone watches this and tells me like you are doing things wrong? Nothing happens. Like I am here right now. I have average way of talking. I hate sometimes the way that I can't find the words to express myself in English, but I feel like that's part of the process, learning. I'm also learning a new language, so let's pray that I will make videos in German later and for you to be here. So subscribe if you want more of me. And also, I'm not looking the best right now. I'm not giving beauty, but I feel myself. And if you're a friend of mine and you've known me in real life, I love you a lot. If you've heard me tell you these things about my life problems, quote unquote problems, because they are just thoughts. And I overthink. I overanalyze, as you can tell. It's been 30 minutes overanalyzing my feelings and being overly conscious about what I feel because I know the reason of the feelings that I have, and I know that I am not a perfect person. I know that I need to work on my things and on things that I can change. And at the same time, about YouTube, it sometimes feels like I am drowning myself in a glass of water, because why am I making videos in the first place? Because I want to. Period. I have fun. I feel seen. I feel heard. And I love people to watch me, to be honest. Let's just be honest, right? So I love talking to you. I love you. I love people that listen to me. And I wish I could listen to you. So please comment. Please tell me about your life. Please tell me about your problems. I will read everything. If it's more than 100 comments, though, I will have to choose. I'm sorry. But I love you all equally. Thank you for being here for me. I feel like I need to upload more videos. I just don't have the right words to talk at times when I have too much things going on in my mind. And that is represented not only in my YouTube videos, but also in my art. I haven't been able to fully do a drawing. I can't even. I can't. I don't know why. I am blocked. And I am going to be talking my way out of my creative block. So let me know what you want to see from me. I love you, and I hope I don't look too horrible in this video. I will see you on the next one, and please subscribe, please check the links down below. I want you to tell me, I made a form for you to tell me your confessions about things and your questions for me. So please fill that in if you're interested in being in one of my videos. So yeah, that's all that I have to say. Support me, subscribe. That's the biggest support that I can get right now. And I love you so much. Bye. Thank you for listening to me.